welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a long time since I made the video, but who cares? Let's get started. Jeez, my tablet is loud. Okay, guys, so let's just start it, okay? Okay, let's just get started, boys. Yeah, 100. Thank you very much. Thank you. If it counts by fives, thank you very much. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry. I am weird. No, I don't know how to play this. I do not know what I'm doing at all. 1 minute. Wow. I just sneezing a little. Yeah, I just. Ooh, I got a little drive-through like that. Nice. Okay, I can like that. Ready? I love games with those little swords. I just call it little swords because I feel like it. There's nothing else to do than just call it. Why is this so freaking big? It's gonna take your whole. What? I literally want to go like, oh boy, okay, showing off those moves. Okay, showing off those moves. Okay, yeah, maybe my Roblox character is better than me. Showing off those moves. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Help! Someone, they suck. Okay, I'm gonna get ready, get my money, yeah, paycheck. Hey! You're about to you're gonna get pooped up. Hey, get away from me. I can buy a lot of stuff right now. This is what you get. You did it to yourself, princess. Suck it. Okay, don't you think that was a little rude? But at the same time, I feel like that was not rude. She just broke in like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some Roblox characters has been weird to me. Like, I'm talking weird. Okay? I'm talking like so weird. Where does she go? Hey, boy. Stay away from me. Stay. Hey. That's what you get. You did it. To yourself. Yeah. Okay. We're getting stuff done. Hey, boy. Hey, you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight. I keep calling you on boy on mistake. Take that. Yeah. 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 That's what you get. Wow. I just got paid so much. But I hate when this happens. You know what, guys? We're gonna play another game after I take a little break. Sorry, I'm a little bored. Haha. Okay, guys, you guys thought I was actually gonna play a different game. Well, you see here, Roblox, I couldn't really find anything to play. I was a little bored, so we're gonna watch My Story Animated. And I'm probably gonna be quiet most of the time, so you won't be hearing much from me. So let's let's get started.
And my fate was almost determined by old family traditions that I just couldn't. Hi, I'm Nadia. And my fate was almost determined by old family traditions that I just couldn't fight. You might ask why? Well, my hands were tied because my mother was dying. Okay, but let me back up a bit and start from the beginning. Everything went downhill.
What do you mean downhill? Is that a book? Guys, tell me you see that. Is that a book? Is that... I'm talking, is that a book? That a book? That a book? Tell me you see this. Tell me if you saw that, because I'm not the only one that sees that book.
The day I read my mother's diary and discovered all the secrets she was hiding. I grew up and...
Okay, I did say I wasn't going to talk a lot, but most of the videos I make of these, I don't talk at all. So, I'm going to be talking a lot, and I thought the book was just random, but apparently the book is the throat. I'm going to shut my bed up, and sorry I keep doing that mistake.
Been a pretty traditional and old-fashioned family, but we were very happy. I was the youngest, and my parents and two older brothers always gave me all the attention I needed.
I'm the youngest
our happiness
too.
didn't last. A few years back, my father passed away. My hero, who taught me everything in life, including math, science, and the meaning of life. He died serving our country in a foreign land. He wasn't only my hero. His death turned him into a national hero, too. I was devastated at losing him. Dad was my everything, and I was his little girl. I miss him so much. And there are...
That is actually messed up. Okay, I have a reason to talk here. That is just messed up. Sorry, kid.
so many nights
Which this is probably not real because... Whatever.
where I still cry about him dying. It feels like he's left this big hole in my life. A little while after Dad's death, my two older brothers started new jobs and moved into their own houses with their families. I stayed with my mom, who was heartbroken, not only about losing Dad, but also that her two boys had up and left too. Everything
This
turned
is just
upside
sad.
down on that fateful day when my mom felt a little dizzy and had to go lie down. Ever since then, she was always tired, way too tired to do any of the housework that brought her so much joy, so I had to take over all the household chores for her.
I feel
We went to see
bad
so
for
many
her.
doctors, and they did every possible test. Waiting to find out what it could be was absolute torture, but they figured out what was wrong and assured us that many people survive that illness and even thrive, and that she was in good hands. I held on to that notion with both hands. I mean, what would I do without my mom? Eventually, they let her go home. She needed to rest, and I promised to take good care of her. After all, my brothers were too busy with their jobs and their own lives to even worry about her. The other day, while taking care of my mom, I dropped an empty glass on the carpet by mistake and saw something
Sorry about that. Sorry about
I
that.
wondered if it was
Sorry,
maybe
sorry,
an
sorry,
old
sorry.
book that she was reading. After dinner, my mom...
Sorry about that, my friend. Oh my. Hey.
I heard you missed me, man.
I tried to take the book
Sorry,
out
I had
and
to
put it
wolf,
back on
my
her
friend.
bookshelf,
Okay.
only to find it had a little
Let's
lock.
just watch.
How odd. I got really curious, so I opened
I mean,
it
I would
ever so
try to get
slightly,
curious,
only
but
to
I
discover
won't do
it
anything.
wasn't a book at all. Oh my, it was my mother's old diary. I laughed. My mother was so unpredictable. I mean, why would she have a diary? I was dying to read it, but I put it back immediately. It was wrong, and I didn't want her to suspect anything. As the days went on, my curiosity had gotten so bad that I started dreaming about what might be inside the diary. So one night, after my mom had gone to sleep, I couldn't wait a moment longer. I just had to take a peek. I took the diary to my room, sat down on my bed, and started reading it. It had every detail I'd ever hoped for about my dad, all about how he came back from the war and saw her, how they fell in love. As I read this, tears of joy ran down my face. I suddenly had a thought and rushed to the very end to see if she had written anything recently. After all, she was sick and she never really talked about what she was going through. Opening that diary was a mistake I still regret even today. Because the more I read, the more I found out things that I never wanted to know. The first shocking thing I discovered, my mom was dying. How could she keep this a secret from us? I couldn't believe it. As far as I was concerned, her health was getting better. I closed the diary and I hugged my pillow really tight. I was gonna be left in this world all alone. Why was everyone leaving me? That night, I cried myself to sleep. When I woke up a few hours later, my eyes were swollen. I didn't feel like getting out of bed or doing anything at all. I turned my head to the side of my bed, and the diary was still there. I opened it, and I started reading some more. I thought that I had already read the worst thing that I could possibly find in there, but then my heart stopped for the second time. Not only was my mom dying in secret, but she had also written a will. I found it, hidden in a small envelope that she had clipped onto the diary. My heart was pounding as I started reading what was inside the will. With respect to our traditions, I am leaving everything I have to my dear boys. Such strong young men. I'm so proud of them. I ran through the pages again and again, looking for any mention of me, but it was nowhere to be found. I was in complete shock. My mom didn't even acknowledge me. I couldn't believe that I meant this little to my mother. Why were her dear boys so much more important? Did she take no notice of who took care of her day and night? I crawled back under my bedsheets and cried and cried. I wasn't sure how to handle knowing what I'd discovered. I mean, she was dying. I couldn't just demand my share of the will when my mom was preparing for her death. I had to take care of her, but did she even want me to? But she told me she loved me all the time. I was so conflicted, and my head was spinning. For days, I was almost half a person, going through the motions every day, cleaning the house, preparing dinner for my mom, changing her wet head cloth, sitting by her bed, reading her books. But I was an empty shell. My mind was running through all these questions on an endless loop. While I was listening to the TV one evening, I heard this preacher say that we must elevate ourselves for the ones we love. We must forgive without expecting anything in return.
Okay, I have to pause the video to talk because the video is just loud. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me well. So, I've been very quiet. I need to actually shut up.
Especially when they need us the most. For some reason, that resonated with me, and I couldn't stop thinking about my mom. Even though it was difficult, I had to be strong for her, because I loved her, and her final days needed to be filled with as much joy as possible, not sorrow. We had enough sorrow in our home already. The words, "with respect to our traditions," in the diary kept repeating in my head over and over again. I had to find out what she meant. I did some research on the internet and in the library about our culture, and I found out that for many years, that's how we as a people lived. That's how she was. That's who she was. My mom was the embodiment of our traditions. Respect your elders, wash your hands, pray, holiday dinners. All of these were most important to her. Of course this wouldn't be any different. I loved her as she was, with all my heart. Accepting this was hard, but the reality was that my mother needed me most at this time, and I just had to let it go. On the next holiday, my 2 brothers came home and I prepared a good old-fashioned family dinner. My mom even joined us when it was ready. We sat down together to eat. I looked at my brothers as they were enjoying the dinner I had made. They were laughing, happy and unbothered. They showered my mom with sweet words, and I could see how happy it made her feel. Shortly after, she went to her room as she got tired. I stayed there with my 2 brothers, staring at them with anger in my eyes. They asked me what was going on, and before I knew it, I just blew up in their faces. I called them every hurtful name under the sun, and then I started shouting at them saying, "Mom left everything to you 2. How could she completely ignore me like that? She has left me nothing. Doesn't she love me?" My brothers were confused, and after my outburst, I decided to tell them what I'd discovered. Apparently, they already knew that she was dying, but they were equally surprised about the will. My older brother said in a very stern voice, "Don't tell her you know. She doesn't need to worry, especially during this time. Plus, arguing with her won't lead anywhere. And you as well. We'll make it right. You are our family, our little sister. You're one of us. Did you ever doubt that we'd take care of each other? There are so few of us left. We must stick together, and you can come live with us." My other brother nodded and smiled. We hugged for a long time. That was 2 years ago. My mom passed away soon after that holiday. I still, however, feel her presence with me. I can't say that I was mad at her because of the will. After all, my brothers gave me my fair share of it without hesitation. They told me that nothing in the world can come between us, especially not money. Regardless of her commitment to traditions, I don't doubt her love to me because I felt it with every touch, every word, every look. I'm sure of it. Have you ever found out about a critical secret that someone you love hid from you for a while? How did that affect you? Please share.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I thought we could do 2 of these, but this video has been long enough, so see ya.